everyone, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here with the weekly message of the Divine Feminine to her beloved, the Divine Masculine, for the week of March 26 to April 2. So as always, I've already prayed over the cards and shuffled them, and let's see what message the Divine Feminine wants to convey. The first card we have is the Eight of Fire. And this Eight of Fire speaks to transformation through action. I know in my videos, I always talk about how fire is the creative force in alchemy. It changes, it transmutes. But this card is saying that action is needed in order to change the situation. And she's telling this to her beloved because if you see, if you watch the Twin Flame Weekly reading, the Divine Masculine, they're in it's like paralysis by panic. They don't know what to do because they're in that kind of energy. And the Divine Feminine is reassuring her beloved, no, just move on, okay? Do something. Well, we'll see what the other cards have to say. But anyway, the next card we have is the Youth. And this is a card that speaks to adventure, risk-taking, exploring new possibilities without the burden of consequence. You know, when you're young, just do it because you can do it. YOLO, right? And then, but it's like that. So she's telling her beloved to make this new beginning, but don't do it with a heavy heart. This is a brand new adventure. This is a new phase in your life. And she's reassuring him that I am here to co-create with you. And there's this wonderful thing that we're going to create. But get into this energy. This person also, okay, Spirit's reminding me to say that this person also, he's very loyal to those who are on his, who join him in the quest. Like this wolf here. And what this is saying is that the Divine Feminine is also conveying to her beloved that she's keeping to her tribe. She's very loyal to her tribe because these are the people who resonate with this new journey that she's taking, and that because he's her twin, he's about to embark on, if he hasn't done so already. Because that's what keeps you company, whatever you encounter on this road that is yet uncharted, on this uncharted road. Because this is a beginning, this is an adventure. She's telling her beloved to keep that spirit of being youthful, beginning anew and looking forward to whatever experiences this new phase, this new cycle will bring. Okay, yeah, because if you keep on harping in on the past and you become burdened by it, because it might turn out like this mistake that you did that cost you so much emotionally, something you've emotionally invested in, but it didn't work out and it brought much pain. Remember, in the message of the divine masculine, that's what he's going through, some sort of purging. He's having difficulties. And here's the divine feminine reassuring her beloved partner to just go with the flow. Just do it. Go on that journey. The next card we have is wisdom. And this wisdom is an understanding that's different from knowledge itself. Because remember, the divine masculines, perhaps they've come across the concepts of ascension, of twin flames, of even soulmates or karmic partners, if they have, because the universe is conspiring to bring them to awakening. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe a friend mentions it, he comes across it while looking for something else. All major discoveries, you kind of stumble upon it because the universe conspires to bring that information to you. But those facts, okay, those tidbits of information, they're like data. And it's equivalent to knowledge, but that's vastly significant, vastly different from being wise, from wisdom. Because wisdom is processing all that data, all that information, and culling something of vital importance from everything that comes to you. It's like raw data, and you have to process it, you have to analyze it, so that you know how everything fits together. And that's how you come into wisdom. And the next card we have is the Ten of Pentacles. And, okay, this is a coming together of everything that the divine feminine has worked for. Okay, and again, on the one hand, it's reassurance. On the other hand, she's giving him a status report that everything is coming together because she has been taking care of herself, her business, her finances, her health, her career. Everything is coming together. You see, a couple of months ago, sometime last year, a lot of twins were beset with problems, whether it be with their cash flow, things were happening to move them to a different place, but there's a reason for that. Sometimes they have to anchor light codes in a particular place, especially if you're the kind of twin who is a grid keeper. That's why you get sent to different places. And you don't get a message like Mission Impossible that says this is your next mission and and all that. No. What happens is that, again, the universe conspires to make events happen for that move to be possible. But I mentioned that because those were the seeds. Now, this is a time, especially when we anchored this new year, this is a year one, right? That everything is coming together in the divine feminine's life, whether it be her own wisdom, her understanding of how this journey is supposed to progress vis-a-vis her expectations of it, or coming into her own self-sufficiency. This is a status report. And reassurance, on the other hand, to the divine masculine, not to worry, because things will come together. She's got it. Okay? And the last card we have, beautiful. This is faith. And I say beautiful because if you watch the message of the Divine Masculine, it's kind of cute. There, the first card was the Star card. And here, the last card is the Faith card. So again, inspiration, abundance, belief, nurturing that belief, having confidence in what is to come. And it's kind of cute because both of them, the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, they're reassuring each other. In the weekly, they were marrying each other, and yes, they're both going through tough times. But that doesn't end there. There's a tug. It's sort of like not really an afterthought, but it's the words that come after the phrase, despite all that, yada, yada, yada. That is, here, this is this card, the Faith card. You see here this maiden, you see the Christed colors, this angel with her loyal companion. And remember, I did tell you that during the equinox activations, because it's only now that I came across this card, but as I look at it, this is exactly what was going on inside of me when the diamond codes, the light codes were being downloaded, and the lotus flower and my higher heart chakra was expanding. Wow. Anyway, she's riding a tortoise, and the tortoise is a symbol of longevity and persistence. The tortoise is one of the longest lived animals on the planet. So there you have it. And this kind of reminds me of Avatar, The Last Airbender. If you watch the cartoon version of it, and I think it was in the last season, this turtle, he found himself on an island who turned out to be a turtle. And you see these trees there. But that turtle, tortoise, I'm not really sure, was the one who gave him the last bits, the most crucial bit of wisdom that he needed for his last major battle. Okay, so again, faith, she's reassuring him. So, what is the Divine Feminine telling her beloved? First, just do it, move. You will transform through action, but there needs to be action. Stop thinking about all those fears that are paralyzing you. Just move. Do it with the spirit of discovery, of adventure. We are with you. We are going to be your loyal companions wherever this journey may take you. And she's saying that whatever information that comes to him, he must process it in order to gain the wisdom required in this journey. And she's saying not to worry, she's got things covered on her end. And that once he comes into wisdom, he will realize this abundance because the universe is a very generous and benevolent benefactor. He's worried about money that came up around 2 weeks ago. She's saying, don't worry. If you come into wisdom about your purpose as a light bringer, you cannot not come into abundance, because that is your purpose. Okay? And through it all, she knows he's having a tough time. Keep the faith. Okay? So what are the divine feminines challenged with this week? Okay, this is the Eight of Wands. Kind of the same here, but this is the Eight of Fire. The Eight of Wands, usually it implies messages, but in this card, this would be, they will be challenged by anchoring the influx of light codes that are currently streaming through Mother Gaia right now. You see here, there is a centaur. And a centaur is a half man, half horse, half mythical beast. And there's a crossbow. The centaur is carrying a crossbow, meaning that he's got a target. But as opposed to the Rider-Waite deck, wherein the Eight of Wands are slanted and going down to the earth, here we have the wands with their scepter made out of crystals. And crystals are amplifiers of energy, but they're facing downwards to the earth, past the clouds. So just anchoring in these energies or infusing your body with them and keeping up with them, that will be a challenge for a lot of the divine feminines this week. This is a reading for the collective, so it may or may not apply to you, but usually when there is a major shift, because we're trying to lay the groundwork here to birth the new earth that is primarily in 5D. It's like we're trying to have this version of Lemuria and Atlantis, where technology was fast, illnesses, disease, if they did not exist, because their technology was really, really fast. And we do that now with light language, with energy healing. But the rest of the planet, they're still oblivious to this. They think that it's just mumbo jumbo. But still, we, as twins, we continue to do our job to anchor these codes, bring them down to earth, to filter them so that they can be disseminated to the planet, to humans who are not yet awakened. Okay? So that's the challenge. And the advice, see here, heal. But actually, what Spirit is saying, is really, if you anchor yourself into the light, then all these limitations that you perceive you have, they're going to fall by the wayside, they're going to fall away. If you think you're constrained by 3D parameters, time, distance, space, or even money, currency, and that you cannot do what you want to do, anchor yourself into the light. Ground yourself, okay? And once you are operating from the higher heart, all these things, these limitations, they will unravel, they will break, and you can soar. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. Okay, and for the clarifier, okay, see here. This has to do with abundance. Again, fish representing abundance. Underlying message of this card, abundance. Of this reading, rather, abundance. So, on the one hand, she's telling the Divine Masculine how to go about whatever purging he's going through. On the other hand, the message for the Divine Feminines by Spirit, okay, is again, just move towards your abundance. Do what you need to do. And stabilize yourself in 5D. Remove yourself from whatever shackles the 3D has put on you, because you're moving towards your abundance. Here you have the 10 of fire, 10 of earth. So, since the advice for both partners, the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, remember the card, the energy that connects them is the Hanged Man, which is a time for rest and meditation. Connect them. It's like disconnect first. Let the Divine Masculine stew, come into his own wisdom, to get into this energy, and then for the Divine Feminines, here, act on these things, because this is the energy of the now moment, okay? It's an energy that doesn't worry about the future. Do what you can now. Cultivate the abundance now. Stabilize in 5D now. And there, so that's a message of the Divine Feminines to their beloved. And as regards stabilizing in 5D, if you're still being challenged by that, do check out the fast-tracked twin flame union activations that I have on my site right now. It's very important, especially during this period from now, today, well actually since the equinox until the 1st of May. This is a new wave of energy. And during this wave, it's like the mission order is to stabilize in 5D. And for the fires of creation, do check out my RASHEEBA healing sessions. They do help tremendously change your energy. They work really fast. Okay? And I do have a RASHEEBA clip after this. It's short, so please watch it, and I'll see you hopefully next week. Okay? Bye.